Greetings! You are Father Cardinal Pius's young friends. It's a pleasure to meet you. I see you're from Tirfredi. You really must find time to discuss your island. Please, forgive my prattling. I'm the ambassador of Serene here in the city. You asked to meet me.
That's right, Sir Dargenton. I was snatched from my island along with one of my friends several months ago, and taken to Alima by people from the Alliance.
How appalling. Please know that our nation does not approve of this kind of practice under any circumstances.
I'm glad to hear that. Today we are trying to return home. We have a ship, but as you know, such an expedition is costly.
To say the least. The creation of our trading post, New Serene, cost us a fortune.
We hoped that the Dorsey family would be able to finance this voyage. And of course, the ship could also carry cargo.
I appreciate that. And I want you to know that I sympathize with your situation. However, our ships are already prepared. And we generally try to minimize the number of passengers so as to carry as much merchandise as possible. It would be very difficult for me to convince the prince to sponsor a new expedition to Tirfredi.
Very difficult. But perhaps not impossible. What could we do to make it easier for you?
Well, I hesitate to even entertain this idea, especially as I wouldn't even know where to start. But as you have no doubt learned, the Dorseys are in perpetual competition with the de Vesps. For the moment, our family still governs the congregation. But this situation may not last. The de Vesps are always trying to shift the balance by strengthening their influence with other families and cities. I know they're up to something, but I don't know exactly what. If you were able to help us foil their plans, the prince would owe you a great debt and would be much more inclined to grant your request.
I'm not sure how we could do that. We'll talk to our friend Sybil. Maybe she'll have an idea.
I'll leave you to think about it. Unless there's anything else you'd like to discuss.
We'll leave you to your work.
Rapiers are the sharpest. Glad to see you back. Looking for a new weapon? Or maybe I'll...
Pleasure to see you again.
You received a message from the Master Librarian at the Great Library in Uxantis. He's up. To see us. His message was very vague. I wonder what he wants.
I truly enjoyed my discussions with him. I'm intrigued to learn what he has to ask us when we return to the island.
I'm on patrol. Go pester someone.
Yes?
Move along. I'm on watch.
Ugh, I can't do it.
Stop right there. This part of the palace.
Father Cardinal Pius has given us his recommendation.
Oh? Yes, I think we were told that you may enter.
You're the Father Cardinal's new proteges, I gather. I must admit, you're not what I expected. Well, what is your
We'd like to speak to the Prince de Vet.
Like so many others, you must understand that His Majesty is... However, I will make sure he is informed of your visit, and I will... Now, to ensure that your request is properly registered,
We are planning an expedition to Tir-Fradi.
And you're hoping that the Prince will find...
I'm sure the journey could have a favorable commercial outcome for Peren. Our ship can transport...
I understand. I imagine you are aware that the congregation's trading post on Tir-Fradi is run by... Of course, His Majesty might enjoy competing with his rivals at home, but the investment in such a... No, really, you would have to have done the family an immense... And I don't really see what you could However, if you do happen to have something that might interest...
We'll talk about it with our friend Sybil, since she's part of the family. We shall leave now.
Likewise, Come on, out you go. My office isn't a tea shop.
Who's there?
Let's show them what we're made of!
Is anybody there?
Let's show them what we're made of! Here!
Hello. You seem to have traveled a lot. Do you like our beautiful region?
Hello! Welcome to the lands of the Congregation.
Ah, there you are. I hope you've had safe travels.
Yes, thank you. I see that you have come with your escort.
They have accompanied me this far, but they will wait for me here. No need to bring the entire troop and this carriage. We are only here to see if the Alliance is up to something in these ruins. Not.
As you wish. You know the region and its danger.
That's true.
Yes. Let...
When will they learn?
winter clothes? Hello? Are you looking...
These Renoixe who think they are wise are but murderers. How can they imagine that eradicating an entire people by
I sometimes wonder if our role as Donegada still makes sense here. You who are always so committed to our duties.
How can we not doubt? We have been thrones, but I believe that our duty to our people is still important. Look at what we discovered in this lab. Thanks to this discovery, we can intervene before our people suffer. It's a continuation of what we've learned, don't you think?
Yes. Yes, but I think that without you, I wouldn't know. Luckily, you are here.
It's my role to be with you and help you see the heart of things. Don't worry, I won't fail.
Good boy, Nilan.
Good boy, Coran.
I know you already have a lot to do, but I would still like to ask...
It's not really the moment.
Of course.
Bye.
I hope you can forgive my curiosity, but how is it that you find yourselves in Peren?
It is a very long story. Alas, with its fair share of dark episodes.
Oh, I didn't want to bring back any bad memories. I beg your pardon. That said, if one day you have the time and are of mind to share this tale...
Let's show them what we're made of!
It seems that Monsieur d'Argenton is a man of great wisdom.
This is very odd. This bridge was in much better shape the last time I crossed it. We're going to have to find a less direct route, I'm afraid.
I simply wonder how this could have come to pass. I've been through without a hitch a dozen times.
Yes, it is one of the popular routes that merchant caravans take to come to our country.
This collapse is recent and seems provoked rather than from poor maintenance. Be alert.
Come now. If you believe that General Kurnaz is behind all of this, you're delusional. How do you know we're here?
Who are these people? What do they want with you?
They're communists. Traitors to the empire.
Your men have all fallen. You are all that remains.
You are cowards and traitors. This dastardly ambush is well worthy of Carminists. Speak. Who are you, and how did you learn that we were coming to the region?
I have nothing to say to you. But to these folk, on the other hand, I understand why you have killed my men. We attacked you without knowing who you were. But it seems obvious that you are not Mateists, nor are you men from the embassy. As such, I present my apologies. We are fighting for our faith, to overthrow a corrupted empire that hides behind its magic and is fed by handouts from Thélème. We are not your enemies. You have found yourself in the middle of a conflict that is not your own. You have business with the ambassador. So be it. But allow me to take my leave.
The ambassador asked you a question. Answer.
Who informed you that we'd be coming here?
May the demons take you.
Wait.
I have a bad feeling. Something very big is coming.
What's this?
This
The leader of those Carmenist traitors took advantage of the chaos to flee before we could question him. May the Enlightened protect us. What was that thing?
A guardian. One of those giant creatures we told you about. But this one was very different from the one we fought in Esquiara.
So General Kernaz did manage to create one of these beasts. Fortunately, you have ensured that it will never attack Dutan. You have shown great bravery.
We didn't really have a choice. What puzzles me is the nature of this guardian. It looked like those we have on our island, but a corrupt, tainted version. The Nadoig on this continent are very strange, and don't seem to behave the way ours do.
You're right. It looked much like a Nadai Glendeman. But we're a long way from the coast.
At home, the link is with the place, but maybe it's different here. Could it have something to do with the character of the person who is transformed?
Maybe. Perhaps the Donegat who was forced to link herself felt too much yearning for our shores.
This frightful creature was smaller than the other one, but just as dangerous. If it had been released into Dutan, it would have wrought havoc.
The mere thought of it is terrifying. After an encounter like that, I can only concur with your opinion that this General's experiments are dangerous.
We need to find out where exactly this Guardian came from, and make sure that the scientists don't create any more.
I'm going to go and get my escort. We're going to need reinforcements. I can't risk another ambush, or having to face another one of these beasts alone. The ruins are close by, and you are welcome to explore them if you like. But please be careful.
We'll try to avoid being seen. Let's go, while the trail is still clearly visible. This is where the Guardian attacked us. trucks head off in that direction? Ugh, I can't do it.
I'm always happy to talk to you.
Good boy, Nilan.
Good boy,
Let's show them what we're made of!
Again. When will they learn?
The shelter is closed to visitors at the moment. Please...
Let's show them what we're made of!
Ugh, I can't do it.
What a beautiful day.
This door is locked. We need a key to open this door. Look at all these fallen trees. They've been ripped up by the enraged Guardian as it passed. These Alliance soldiers attempted to stop the Guardian in its escape. They paid with their lives.
I don't see a single soldier from the Alliance. These men were mercenaries of the Guard, enlisted by one of Kernaz's right hands.
Trucks head off in that direction. Ropes and chains. They were trying to control it, but it was a futile attempt. There we have the famous ruins of the Austrians that the ambassador mentioned.
Yes, a stone's throw from the border with my country. These rascals planned their action. Well, except for underestimating the beast's power.
I smell death. What happened here?
These wounds are very distinctive. I have no doubt that they were made by the creature we fought.
Magic was used here, along with a wrath that is clearly not human.
These wounds are the work of a Guardian. Look!
This document is signed by Zahid. I can recognize her stink. She is the one that caused us problems in Yuxantis. So she is now on congregation soil, still conspiring against us and others doing the General's bidding.
This woman has become the flag-bearer of imperialistic ideology. She applies all of her intelligence and malice for this cause.
With these documents, we have all we need to convince those in power here to banish her from Alima once and for all.
The ambassador will carry more weight if she takes care of this. Let's let her do her duty.
Magic was used here, along with a wrath that is clearly not human.
These wounds are the work of a Guardian. Look!
These wounds...
All dead. This is a veritable massacre. No doubt. Given the nature of their wounds, the Guardian must have done this. They came in numbers, but its power and rage must have taken them by surprise. Some of them weren't even armed.
Excuse me if I shed no tears for these people. They not only tortured our own, but they wanted to accuse us of their crimes.
What a terrible waste. These savants were not known for their moral aptitude, but many of them were gifted. If they hadn't fallen under the spell of this crazed Kernaz, they would still be alive and pursuing their studies in Alima.
May the art welcome you, despite all that you have done to us.
We should keep looking, because there may be other documents like this.
It's fortunate that we were able to get a hold of these documents. It summarizes all the research carried out by Kurnaz's henchmen on the Guardians. They include not only the notes on the experiments and their scientific theories, but the transcriptions of their interrogations. They start in the caverns of Eschiara and continue here with their experiments to reproduce the ritual. They were disappointed in the results. The Nadoig that they created was less impressive than the one they had dissected. Moreover, despite their efforts, they were unable to control it. They were hoping to train it like one of their war dogs.
Does this document give us their victims' names? We must inform their kin about what has happened.
No. But you know how they consider us. We are nothing but savages to them. Just slightly more important than animals.
And so we were forced to kill one of our own. And we will never know who was forced to bond themselves to Gakan.
At least they were able to put an end to these experiments. Without these documents, and with the savants dead, Kurnaz will be forced to abandon this pursuit.
I hope so.
This time we've covered everything. Let's go back to the entrance to the ruins where Her Excellency will meet us when she's finished her stroll.
Not to confront the men of the Alliance alone. I told them.
I'm sorry we didn't wait for you. We wanted to learn about the Alliance's research as quickly as possible.
I can understand that. What did you find?
There was a camp here, as we suspected. But it was destroyed, along with all its occupants, by the Guardian we fought. There are no survivors. Many of them were taken by surprise. They must not have expected the Nadoig to escape their control.
What a waste. But if they were taken by surprise, they must not have had time to destroy or carry away the evidence of their research.
That's right. We found a number of documents they left behind. Without them, it will be hard for them to repeat the experiment. Here. This describes not only what they did to my people, but also their aims, as well as everything they learned, or thought they had learned, about our Guardians. Without these documents, and with the death of all the scientists involved, there's little chance of their experiments succeeding again.
That's excellent news.
We also found other documents that specifically named the person who instigated all this in the region. Look. Her name is Zahid, and she's one of Kurnaz's closest associates. We've already had to contend with her in Yuxantis, unfortunately.
I've heard of her. She's officially an Alliance diplomat who arrived in Peren a short time ago.
We suspect that she is also involved in matters concerning Teleme. If you are in contact with Father Cardinal Pius, you should tell him about this. He will be very interested to hear about it.
I know him well. I'll speak to him about it. Thanks to this signed document, as well as the other evidence you've given me, I'll be able to make our case to Prince de Vespe. Zahid and her ilk will have to answer to him. And as you know, the prince is not known for his leniency. I trust you weren't planning to settle your scores with her yourself.
This woman had our friend locked up and hoped to see us hanged for a crime we didn't commit. We managed to get justice, but here she is again, orchestrating the torture of our people to create chaos and war. You can use diplomatic channels all you like. But if we run into her, I won't hesitate to put an end to her.
I couldn't have said it better myself. That Zahid deserves to die.
I understand your anger, but believe me, it's better to save it for battles you can win. This fight will only hurt you. Let me handle it with the weapons I have at my disposal.
All right, then. I trust you.
Well, if you don't need me anymore, I'll be on my way. Come and see me again in a few days. I'm sure I'll have some news to share.
Safe travels, Ambassador.
I can't believe we found ourselves in the path of that Viper again. I hope it's for the last time.
Sooner or later, we'll put an end to her shenanigans. Permanently.
Is there anyone there?
Let's show them what we're made of!
People haven't been very...
I see that you're third. We're always open.
At your service, darling.
We weren't able to see the prince. And Sir Dargenton told us that we needed to do something for them if we wanted their support. He said something about helping them counter your family's plans, but...
Our diplomats are experts at leaving things unsaid. So you have to figure out what they want through a labyrinth. But I happen to have an idea of what we could do to get what... You ought to know that my uncle has a twisted desire to assert our family's superiority over the D'Orsay family in particular, of course. His dream is to prove that our family descends from a royal Astrian line. That would allow him to assert the antiquity of our family's nobility over all the others. And it would make us the rightful leaders of the merchant congregation.
I see. Do you think there's any proof of such a lineage?
If there is, it's waiting to be found at the bottom of some ruins. Trust me, my uncle will finance all the voyages you want in exchange for that kind of evidence. And the D'Orsays would love to make it disappear. I've heard that my uncle's obsession has soared to new heights ever since he started a new archaeological dig. He's even brought in a specialist from the Alliance. That's how serious he is about this site.
So, are you suggesting that we go and participate in the dig and steal any evidence we can find?
Exactly. Then we could give it to whomever we think is most trustworthy. They'll all be so happy that I'm sure they'll agree to finance our trip.
Well, in that case, let's go to those ruins. I've never seen anyone. Do you think you could teach?
Darling, it's all a matter of speed. You've got to read your opponent's move. I dare say I can show you the bait, but it takes constant training. You're coming along nicely, and you pick things up quickly. And do remember...
I won't forget. Goodbye. guards.
Oh, I thought I'd already told you that the...
We're excavation specialists. We've excavated many ancient artifacts at a number of archaeological sites.
Oh, yeah? Where?
In the Eschiara region of Toynia in particular. We've come to offer our expertise to the person in charge of the dig.
Did the prince send you?
Actually, we were sent by Sir Darrell, his minister.
Well, watch your step. He's all...
Hello. Are you lost?
You're finally here. I thought...
I'm sorry,
You are sent by Prince de Vesp, aren't you? You don't know...
Yes, the prince sent us. But he didn't give us much information.
The dig we're conducting here is of the utmost importance. These ruins have never been but this is undoubtedly a hugely significant part of the ancient city. Unfortunately, the area is teeming with all kinds of creatures who care nothing for the historical discoveries we might... But all that will change soon, thanks to you. Come on, I must... This is Flora de Beaumont. I believe she is related to the prince.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Although I can't match our friend's level of expertise, I like to think I can claim some knowledge of history, and...
Your help is invaluable, my friend. Invaluable. Just think, she was... And she was right! I know that the discoveries we're going to make here will give us a better understanding of the
I didn't have to insist much. The prince has always been fascinating. And you are?
I'm sorry, my dear. I'm sure all these people are apt, but there's no time to lose. Well, we think that the tower behind me is the key.
Or rather, this one and all the other towers like it. You'll be very careful. There are lots of creatures.
In the meantime, we'll be working on the lift, and
let's see what we...
I imagine you have a thorough understanding of...
I studied it, of course, but it was such a long time.
Oh, in that case, take this book. I wrote it a few years back. It sums up. It might be useful. The Astrians often used
thank you.
Oh, marvelous. Remember, to keep us...
Hello. Looking for someone?
There's no denying it. The Astrians built things to last. It's amazing that this old mechanism still works.
I imagine there are others like it in these ruins. Keep your eyes peeled.
We'll have to go around. There is no way we can cross this bridge.
We could go along this ledge. Maybe there's a way through a bit further on.
Let's show them what we're made of!
Have you discovered any?
Unfortunately, for the time being, our exploration has been blocked.
Ah, yes.
But don't worry. I notified the prince, and he promised us that he would send us. They should arrive tomorrow morning, unless you have some with you and can clear it all away yourself, which would be a.
We've at least finally managed.
Would you like to come and rest at the camp with us while we wait for the delivery?
We're going to continue exploring a bit.
You've really caught the fever of We're going to return to the camp while we wait for the.
Watch your step. There are traps. I can't do it. I can't do it. Oh, it's locked. Watch your step. There are traps.
Let's show them what. Made of.
Did you hear that sound? That last lever seems to have triggered something.
I think we've just opened the door of the Tomb of the Kings. It's truly incredible. I wonder what we'll find inside.
we're going to be able to enter the tomb at last. Do you realize that no one has set foot in this long-forgotten place? The Astrians love to use puzzles like this to protect their tombs. You should take a closer look.
That might come in handy. I don't see how we could use this. This is just what we needed. This is just what we needed. I can't do anything with this. I don't see how we could use this.
Wonderful! You did it! We're going to be able to enter the tomb at last. By Aleko's ashes, what's inscribed here is absolutely incredible. This is a major historical find. And look at this name here. This tablet proves beyond doubt that the DeVest family is descended from one of...
Indeed. And it would be good to get it somewhere safe. If it's all right with you, we can take it...
That's an excellent idea. The dig site is far from...
The prince has been waiting for this discovery for so long. He will greet you with open arms, for even I have to admit that I'm moved. The thought of being
I just hope, in the light of such progress, he will...
We'd like to continue exploring this area for a while longer before returning to the palace. But don't worry, nothing will happen to the tablet.
Be very... I'm also going to continue exploring. I must try...
Goodbye. Ugh, I can't do it.